Alright, so I'm going to be talking about zero knowledge proofs, and I'm going to make the claim that they are fundamental to the future of democracy. And the reason I say that is because it allows for humans to cooperate in a trustless system. And I think if there's one thing we can all agree on, is that trust is a precious commodity in society today. And so being able to still accomplish cooperative goals without relying on trust, I think, is why zero knowledge proofs are critical in making advances, and why I think the general public should be aware of the logic behind them, when they can be appropriately used, as well as ways they could potentially be abused. And so knowing, don't just take somebody's word for it. How can you actually understand and figure out what's going on behind the scenes as well, right? So that's the whole idea behind it, is taking out that trust factor. All right, so what are some kind of use cases for this? Well, I mentioned one about it being important for democracy. So there's ways that it can be implemented to ensure election integrity. There are, just for example, the idea behind it is that you can prove that you voted without revealing who you voted for. Basically, there's a way to prove knowledge without revealing any information. So zero information is revealed, but it's still verified. I think the example I like the most is Where's Waldo? So let's just say you have two kids, they're racing to pick out Where's Waldo in the book. Let's say there's three kids, right? And there's a prize for first, second, and third. So the first kid says, I spotted Waldo, right? Well, the other two still have to compete for second place, right? Prize goes down. First kid gets $100, second kid gets 50, third place gets nothing. And so how can you verify that the first kid found Waldo without revealing the location to the other kids? Well, one option would be to have a large sheet of black paper that's at least twice the size of the Waldo book. Basically, it's so you can't see any other part of the book, and then you cut out a hole the size of Waldo, and you have the first kid place that hole wherever Waldo is. So the other kids can't see him placing it. Now the entire book is hidden, so they don't know where on the page this black piece of paper is. But they can reveal, and you can actually see Waldo, right? So the first kid couldn't place the hole over Waldo unless they knew where Waldo was. Everyone else can see Waldo, but that was as soon as he turns his back again and then takes away that black sheet of paper and gives the book back, they've gained no information about where on the page Waldo actually is. And so that's an example of a zero knowledge proof kind of inaction, when it's important to verify that somebody does know or did do something. So we've verified that by having him place the black sheet of paper over Waldo. But again, we haven't gained any other information about where he is, so the other two kids can still compete and get the $50. I shouldn't be saying prices this big, or my nieces will expect prizes like that. Let's say, a nickel and a dime. Okay. So, building off of that base knowledge, you can then extrapolate, and this is what, and probably why people might be resistant to the idea, but the underlying fundamentals are of zero trust systems, and this sort of don't trust one central figure. These decentralized systems are key to blockchain technology, and they can be used for more than just kind of scam NFTs. The underlying technology behind it is used all across the board, from IBM, fishing industries actually use it to track and verifiable, and kind of it provides an immutable ledger. And so basically you can tell if it's been tampered with. And that can be critical in tracking lots and lots of things and verifying that, yeah, you're not fishing in endangered waters. And so this kind of, what seems like this kind of weird, either toy example, or if you get into it, some complicated, what seems like just a random math quirk, actually has really profound implications for how large groups of entities can cooperatively work towards goals and verify information, because at the end of the day, that's what's the most important. And so this is just a quick primer on why you should start keeping your ear out for zero knowledge proofs, but we'll leave it there for now.